It's the moment of truth. The pilots are nervous, anxious to race, as paceplane pilot Bob Hoover gives the final safety briefing. Just before the race, we talked with Skip Holm and Rick Brickert about their pre-race strategy.
And I feel if you go out to win, then you're going to win. If you go out and maybe win, then you're maybe not going to win.
So we're on the pole today. That is, we can get the airplane running. We're having some problems right now. Something unexpected's come up, but we're hoping to be able to be there on the pole and make everybody run hard.
From Sandy, Utah, in the pole position, flying the Frank Sanders Dreadnought with that big R4360, Rick Brickert. From Santa Rosa, California, flying that all-red Sea Fury called Furias, Lloyd Hamilton. From Woodland Hills, California, in that highly modified white Mustang called Stiletto, Skip Holm. From Dallas, Texas, in that Dago red airplane, 1986 Sport Biplane Gold Champion, Alan Preston. From Bakersfield, California, flying race number 7, Bill Destefani in Strega, the Skull Bandit. Also from Bakersfield, race number 69 in a Mustang called Georgia May, John Putman. In an airplane that's got the whole field talking, on the roll in race number 18, 1985 Unlimited Gold Champion, Steve Hinton in Tsunami. From Sparks, Nevada, racing that number 77 Rare Bear, John Penny. And from Fort Wayne, Indiana, racing number 19, Tom Kelley. Now, as the planes join up in their starting position, we have placed 2 live-action cameras, one with Bob Hoover in the pace plane, the other with Skip Holm and Stiletto. As they start down the chute, listen as Bob Hoover talks to the pilots.
Breathing room looks good. Good separation.
They're in the chute as Bob Hoover calls for that final power application to increase their speed.
He's playing the race that fast. It's still looking great. Don't slingshot out there. Let's count of 3. We'll have a final power application. 1, 2, 3, go.
Now, as they come down the chute, listen to those famous words of Bob Hoover.
And you heard those famous words. Gentlemen, you have a race as the mighty Unlimiteds come down the stretch.
We're in Stiletto with Skip Holm as he fires the afterburners. Now watch on the left side as the other planes disappear. Down the chute and across the desert at over 450 miles per hour. This is the Unlimited Gold.
Boy, is that Stiletto, it looked like it was as he went past the 2 lead airplanes already.
Back on the course with Skip Holm as we go screaming into that number 4 pylon.
I don't think that Rick Brickert is going to let Skip Holm get away from that as he can help it. As they come on around, it's that Lockheed test pilot in number 84 Stiletto. And right in back of him, the big Hawker Sea Fury as they go by.
Skip Holm in Stiletto has got it redlined as he comes off pylon 6, but he has competition.
It is Rick Brickert as he comes in the overhaul Stiletto there in the background as he comes up and underneath. And no, Skip Holm says no, don't take it away from me.
Skip Holm brings Stiletto down the home stretch, his left hand to the firewall, but high overhead, Bob Hoover sees trouble.
Skip, you're drawing smoke. As your Stiletto, you're smoking. White smoke.
As they're almost wingtip to wingtip now. With the Sea Fury, now, Dreadnought goes out in front, and it definitely is smoking bad now. That's the Stiletto. Looks like he has got a fire going.
Skip, you got oil all over that thing.
And as Brickert comes in for the kill, it's Holm as he shoves that throttle forward.
84 is the Mayday. 84 is the Mayday.
Skip Holm has called a mayday, but Bob Hoover is dropping down to check out Stiletto.
Got an awful lot of oil on your right-hand side, and no smoke at this time, and no indication of fire.
As Skip Holm sets up for a critical mayday landing in the crippled Stiletto Mustang, he shares with us his thoughts on how he handles a mayday situation.
I normally, exchange the speed for altitude and then look for a runway. Preferably one into the wind if you can make it. Any runway is a great runway, though, whether it's downwind or in the wind. And normally from anywhere on the field here, you can make a runway. If you can see what you're doing, you have the time, and the airplane speed doesn't deplete immediately. And the only case that you wouldn't have any speed would be if the prop went flat. And if you're lucky, then you can still get the wheels down and land somewhere.
Now, as Skip sets up for an emergency landing on 2-6, oil from his badly damaged engine hits the windshield. Now, let's cut to the ground camera as Skip shoots final over the field. When the race concluded, Rick Brickert from Sandy, Utah took a well-deserved wave of that old checkered flag to take the gold. Followed in second by Lloyd Hamilton in Furias. And Bill Destefani in the Skoal Bandit clocked in the number 3 position. Rick Brickert dismounts from the Frank Sanders Dreadnought to a jubilant crowd. He's won the unlimited gold. Let's see if we can get a few comments. Rick?
We had the mag problems, and then on the run-up, it ran up all right, and then on takeoff, it backfired on takeoff. So I just used reduced power and just kept it loping along, and Dennis and I are comparing numbers we have of the sheets of how it ran prior, reading temps and comparing torque pressures with power, and it would seem to be about right, and he said, well, can't do anything about it now. I said, do you want me to lean on it in the start and see if it'll take the power? And he said, go for it. So coming up at
-6 plus 10.
And it started taking the power, but it started rumbling and shaking. You see the whole cowling moving. So it was most of my concerns were about the engine running. And then I kind of missed the back turn and gave Skipper an advantage on me. He turned inside and it started cleaning up and cleaning up and cleaning up until finally it was cleaned up. It started to run pretty good.